What's up, Quote fam? Welcome back to Top Quotes by Top Guns, where we break down the rawest, realest words from the biggest names. I'm your host, Quote Guy, and today we're diving into one of the most gut-wrenching stories in recent NBA history: how the LA Clippers absolutely botched Chris Paul's final season. The point guard signed a one-year deal to return home, announce his retirement, and get that well-deserved farewell tour. Instead, they sent him packing in the dead of night, all because he dared to speak up for the team's success during their dumpster fire start. We're talking a 5-16 record, internal clashes, and zero respect for a franchise legend. Let's roll. First off, let's set the stage. Chris Paul, at 40 years old, rejoins the Clippers in July 2025 for what he calls his last one. He posts a highlight reel on X, captioning it, "Grateful for this last one," signaling the start of his farewell tour. Fans are hyped, tributes in arenas, ovations everywhere, just like Dirk or D-Wade got. But the team tanks hard. Paul, coming off the bench in a reduced role, averages career lows, 2.9 points, 3.3 assists. He's vocal about fixes, holding everyone accountable. Players, coaches, front office. That's classic CP3, the intense leader who wants to win. But it rubs folks the wrong way, especially with head coach Ty Lue and Pres Lawrence Frank. Tensions boil over. On December 3rd, during a road trip in Atlanta, they tell him at like 3 a.m., "You're done. Sent home. No tribute, no graceful exit." They keep him on the roster till the trade deadline, ship him to Toronto, who waives him. Paul retires today, February 13th, 2026, during All-Star Weekend in Inglewood. Clippers turf. And the team. Crickets. No official farewell post. Brutal. Now, let's get to the quotes that capture the outrage. Starting with the man himself, Chris Paul. He breaks the news on Instagram stories at 2:40 a.m. ET. "Just found out I'm being sent home," with a peace sign emoji. Classy, no drama. Later, in an interview with People.com, he opens up, "Stuff's been a little crazy in the past few days, to say the least. But honestly, I'm home. My daughter had tryouts yesterday, my nephew had a basketball game, my son has a game coming up on the 12th. I'm actually at peace with everything. More than anything, I'm excited about being around and getting a chance to play a small role in whatever anything looks like next." Vintage CP3, grateful, forward-looking, even after getting the boot. But you can feel the sting. This wasn't how his story was supposed to end. Fellow players were shocked. Blake Griffin, CP3's Lob City partner, didn't mince words on Amazon's NBA coverage. "I'm disappointed for Chris Paul, but I'm disappointed in the Clippers organization. I mean, Chris Paul is a guy that came to the Clippers when no one wanted to go to the Clippers. He changed the culture, he changed the franchise. No communication with Ty Lue, and even more than that, no communication. I talked to CP Wednesday. Griffin calls it a bad look, and notes owner Steve Ballmer hasn't even reached out since the cut. Dwayne Wade, another close friend, weighs in, "Don't feel like everyone was on board with Paul's return," blaming poor communication between ownership, front office, coaches, and stars. LeBron James keeps it blunt postgame after a Lakers loss to the Clips. "It's not for me to comment on, to be honest. It's none of my business." But you know Bron's got opinions. He and CP3 are tight. Even Gilbert Arenas rips the Clippers, "We motherfucking tired off y'all disrespect CP3. Congratulations on the Hall of Fame career." Players see this as a betrayal of a legend who elevated the franchise. Coaches chimed in too. Clippers head coach Ty Lue speaks post-split. "I just think it wasn't a good fit for what he was looking for. It is what it is. Do I want to see CP go out like this? No, I have a lot of respect for him. He's been a friend of mine over the years. You never want to see a great go out like this. I didn't want to see it end like this." Lue admits the partnership flopped but owns the awkward exit. Reports say Lue wasn't even speaking to Paul for weeks. Former coach Avery Johnson on CBS breaks down the late-night move, calling it eye-opening for a Hall of Famer like Paul. And Jeff Van Gundy reportedly told Paul, "You might have had leeway in other places to change up defensive coverages, but you don't have that leeway here." Coaches highlight the clash, Paul's push for excellence versus a team not ready for it. Analysts unloaded. ESPN's Ramona Shelburne on the ugly divorce. Only a few hours had passed since LA Clippers president Lawrence Frank informed Paul that the organization was parting ways with the best player in franchise history, just 21 games into what was supposed to be a karmically and narratively pleasing retirement tour. Bomani Jones on his show. The Clippers were clearly fed up with Chris Paul. I can only imagine how miserable it would be to be around an old Chris Paul when you are that bad and that old. The Athletics' Sam Amick and crew call it a late-night insult and stunning and unceremonious end. Paul Shear on Run It Back. You can only imagine how upset that team was to make him leave in that way. It must have been insurmountable. And NBA Commissioner Adam Silver weighs in ahead of the NBA Cup Final, addresses the fallout, calling the farewell tour's end controversial. Analysts agree, this robs the league of a proper send-off. Fans were furious online. One ex-user posts, Chris Paul got waived at 3 a.m. in the middle of his farewell tour. Have we ever seen someone done this dirty? Another, yo, Chris Paul doesn't deserve that shit. He deserves his farewell tour. WTF is wrong with the Clippers? A Redditor vents. He's cooked and the Clippers are on thin ice. There's no time to be futzing around with vets. And this gem. Clippers to CP3. Farewell tour? Nah, more like farewell detour straight to the airport. Even a French fan timeline, Le Farewell Tour de Chris Paul. Violent. Fans echo the sentiment, disrespectful, embarrassing for the Clippers. Wrapping this up, the Clippers' handling of CP3 screams dysfunction. They punished him for speaking out to save the team, robbing him, and us, of a legendary farewell. As one analyst put it, this could blacklist them with future stars. CP3 deserved better. What do you think? Drop your top quotes in the comments, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more top quotes by Top Guns. Carpe diem, quote fam.